What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is me from the future because the video you guys are about to see was recorded a while ago. We never really put it together because we didn't have enough clips for a full video. But me and Miguel talked about it and we thought, let's just put the clips out there. Maybe it'll help you guys, maybe it won't. But what's cool about this video is that me and Miguel did our own separate kind of video, so you'll see two different perspectives on the installs, which I think is pretty cool. Definitely learned a lot by doing this install, and it's definitely very beneficial to VQs especially, but to any car that you're beating on or anything like that. Cooler oil is definitely better than hotter oil. So stay tuned for the video, and I hope you guys enjoy it. What's up, guys? Welcome back for another video. As you guys may have seen in the last video, we finally got the Z up and running. So transmission's good, everything feels great. Car's pretty much back to normal, just better, because that CDO9 is definitely better than that CDO1. However, moving on, as I showed you guys in the other video, I got a little eBay oil cooler here, all the fittings that I need, the sandwich plate, the lines, and then over here I got an AEM oil temp gauge. So in this episode, I'm going to be installing the oil cooler, installing the gauge, pretty much just buttoning this all up because it is a crucial mod to have. I didn't have it for the longest time. Oh, shout out to the Crocs. I haven't had it in the longest time. And for VQs, it's honestly one of the most beneficial thing because oil temps get super, super hot. Pretty much, I mean, in any car, an oil cooler is beneficial, I believe, especially if you're going to be, romping on it or taking it to the track or just want to keep your oil cool. I definitely think it's a very beneficial mod. So let's go ahead. I'm going to set you guys up. First things first, I'm going to drain the oil and then move along. So hope you guys enjoy. All right, guys, so as you can see, I have the sandwich plate here. I'm thinking of having it up against the block like this. On this top one is where I'm gonna run the oil temp sensor, and then out of these two holes is where I'm gonna run the two AN lines. Very important, always have Teflon tape whenever doing something like this, just so you can put that on the threads and make sure that it gets sealed. This one actually includes a little O-ring, but I don't trust that O-ring, so we're gonna send it with Teflon tape and the O-ring, and hopefully it seals up well. All right, guys, so I went ahead and put all the fittings on. So like I said, I'm gonna be running my oil temp sensor out of this one up here, and then you have the two ports, the two -10 AN fittings for the lines. So the oil should be drained on the car now. I'm gonna go ahead and try to mock this up and see fitment and how I can make this kind of fancy. All right, guys, bear with me because it is kind of a weird angle, but I'm gonna try my best to show you guys. So right under here, let me get this light. You can see the OEM stud for the oil filter right there. So pretty much the sandwich plate slides over that, and then there's an adapter that threads onto this actual stud. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you guys because I can't hold everything. So, well, all right, guys, I got it mounted up. It was kind of a little annoying process, but nothing too crazy. Let me show you guys here the sandwich plate. So as you guys can see there, sorry about the lighting, I got my sensor up top, I got the block off on the bottom, and then the two lines are running back, then they circle back this way, and I got them ran as tight as possible so that it's not going to affect hitting the wheel or anything like that. Got the oil cooler mounted to the crash bar, lines all tight. I gotta go get some oil and a filter, but after that we're gonna go ahead and put the filter on, fill it with oil, see if anything leaks, and then turn it on. As for the gauge, I ran the gauge all the way to this side because my pillar is over here. So there's a little grommet behind this, so if you pull it out, there's a grommet there. I usually run the wire through there. I already have my wideband sensor going in through there. So if you guys come over here, don't mind the car, it's a mess, but we got the wire here. I am going to need to actually extend these two wires here, the green and the black, because those two wires are for the actual sensor. So since they're for the actual sensor, it's kind of limited, like this is as much slack as I get. So I'm gonna have to extend those two wires, which isn't a big deal. but we can extend those so that way I can run it up here and then mount another pod and get both gauges where I want them. So stay tuned for that. I'll probably do that in this episode. Just gotta go get some. All right guys, well the car is on the ground. I just put 5 quarts in it. Probably gonna go ahead and put another quart, 6 quarts in it, start it, make sure there's no leaks, let it cool down, and then check the oil again just to make sure, you know, it's at proper level. But everything's so far so good. It looks super race car. I love the way it looks. You know, people might say, oh, it's blocking the intercooler, but I don't think it's gonna make a huge difference because the bumper alone covers it a good amount. But yeah, there it is.
So as you can see here, I went with the 19 row oil cooler from G+. Can't go wrong for a little bit over $100. The only thing that you'd have to really do is a mounting plate. We'll get to that. See what I can come up with. Comes with a thermostatic sandwich plate. All the fittings. Neatly packaged. Comes with the nice AN lines. Look pretty good to me. Not bad, not bad. Little holder. And then of course the actual oil cooler. I got the 19 row for now. I wasn't sure about if I'm gonna have any fitment issues, so I wanted to go with the 19. You can always upgrade. They sell the oil cooler alone for like $60 or so. If I want to get like a 30 or something in the future, we'll see how that goes. See how the oil temps are. Looks pretty good. Guys, so I took the bumper off. Probably have to take the intercooler out to start messing with the bracket, but I believe I'm gonna wanting to put this right back here, just kind of like that. That's the only real spot that I can think of at the moment. So here I am attempting to solder to extend the harness for the pressure sensor, for the oil temperature sensor, because it is a little too short. So this is I'm just soldering these wires here. I'm not an expert or anything. It's just I have this thing around, so I'm gonna try it out. That's what I came up with, and then I'll just tape them. Kind of how I did on the other side, and should be long enough, hopefully. So we're back here. Right now I was trying to fish the line from the bottom to the top through the existing pole that you guys can't really see, but the same ones that I've been running all my gauges through. And what a mission. I tried the extensions, too solid and too thick, it didn't work. So I started looking around. And if you guys remember, I have a motor sitting right here, and guess what I used? The dipstick. That was actually worked great. So if you guys are ever struggling, clean out your dipsticks and use it. It was perfect for that. So right now I'm just running the wiring. I'll show you what I'm doing on the motor side in a second. So I just wired the power and the ground to the existing power and ground that I had before. And I'm running it through the firewall now to see if the length ahead is enough. Alright guys, so sorry I couldn't update it as I go. I just needed my 2 hands, but took the intercooler off, ran to Home Depot and AutoZone, got some oil. So this is what I'm doing here. I placed it right here. I got a little angle bracket from Home Depot and I ran it through there. I'm running the lines through the top and then it goes underneath. And this is how I have it right now. The oil sensor, the oil temperature sensor, and then the 2 lines. Everything is tight and looks pretty good. Put everything back together. It is powered up. As you can see, all 3 gauges are working. Just to show you, I have oil temp, air fuel, and boost. Those are my 3 gauges. This is my cockpit setup. And then tomorrow I'll go with the underneath part. Everything's tight. We just let it run for about 10 minutes so the thermostatic plate can open up, and then I'll recheck the oil. This is where it's at right now. Excuse me for my Home Depot-ness, but it's working. Straight out of Home Depot. Couldn't fit it in front because of the bumper, but we'll see if that works. I put the sensor down here, the 2 lines, oil filter. I routed the lines through there. And then I have the wiring for the gauge that goes up there. So far no leaks and it looks good.
All right guys, well that's gonna do it for the oil cooler install video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and that it gave you guys some insight on how to go ahead and put an oil cooler on your car. Any questions, just shoot us a DM on our Instagram or leave a comment below and we'll go ahead and try to get back to you. And as always guys, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate it. We're at about 660 something subscribers, trying to shoot for 700, so let's make it happen. Again, thank you guys so much for always supporting us. Peace out and thanks for watching.